Throw it down, big man.
Welcome everybody back to the Throw It Down Big Fella Podcast. I am your host, with the most, at least I would think, Greg Rufus here. Thank you so much for joining me on another wonderful episode, you guys. It's been an explosive couple of days between this LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith story. The LeBronversation. They put LeBron in it. That happened yesterday on the Pat McAfee show. Stephen A. responded to it on his podcast, then responded to it again on First Take. LeBron had a response after he hit the game-winning tip shot against the Indiana Pacers yesterday. I'm going to break all that down. And also, the Sweet 16 matchup is going on tonight, you guys. The brackets, the tournament continues tonight, so I'll break all that down as well. But before I start, you guys, please subscribe to this wonderful podcast. Of course, you guys, I had my boy Kevin Covington on a couple days ago. What a great interview and discussion we had about his life, about what basketball means to me and him, and also talk about the NCAA tournament and NBA talk. Great conversation. This is the episode before this episode comes out, but if you haven't checked that out, please check that out as well. Also, my boy Michael Miles has his podcast coming up. He has a podcast, I'm sorry. He has a episode that will be dropping this week, so stay tuned for that on his YouTube channel, Winning Time MM25. Let Me Clear My Throat podcast. Also, this wonderful podcast, and I know I keep teasing about my next podcast coming out, Greg's Entertainment Corner. We have some stuff to work on and time and all that, but it will be coming soon, you guys. It will be exclusively to entertainment news, movies, TV shows, etc. All the entertainment side of life, you'll get all that on Greg's Entertainment Corner. So please stay tuned for that. But please, you guys, thank you so much for subscribing to this channel, GR Production, for this podcast of Throw It Down Big Fella. Thank you so much for the prayers. And hopefully, you guys, I got some major stuff coming this summer, you guys. I can't say it particularly yet what I have, but it is coming very soon. So please check this channel, check other channels that I will tell you about in the description below. And so please continue to show your love for me and the wonderful projects I have coming up, you guys. So please stay tuned for that. All right, you guys, let me talk about the NCAA tournament. It is officially starting back up tonight, March Madness, Sweet 16. My brackets are completely busted, but there's some great games you got coming up. We got BYU and Alabama. Alabama's a 4.5-point favorite. It's on CBS, starts at 6:09. I personally would think Alabama will win this game. I keep thinking about the injury that happened to Nelson and how that would affect Alabama, but so far it has not really affected them yet. But I would take Alabama. I would personally take Alabama to win this game. Maryland, Florida is the 6:39 game. It's on TBS and True TV. Maryland, Florida. Florida's a 6.5-point favorite. You guys, Walter Clayton, the point guard for Florida, he is dynamic. He had a great show against UConn and knocked out UConn, the two-time defending champions. But, of course, you have Derek Queen, the guy that hit the game-winning shot against Colorado State in the round of 32 this past Sunday. And so now they're playing. Look for Florida. I think Florida will win this game, but it would not surprise me if I had to pick an upset of one of these three games tonight. I would definitely pick Maryland. I think Maryland is game. I think they're ready to go, but it would not surprise me if Florida wins. So according to me, I have Florida to win. Arizona Duke is the later game on CBS. Duke is a 9.5-point favorite. Outside of Caleb Love showing off for Arizona, I don't see how they stop Cooper Flagg and the rest of the Duke Blue Devils. I would take Duke to win the game. I got Duke winning the whole championship, contrary to popular beliefs. My boy Fred Yancey, he would love what I just said about Duke. So I would take Duke to win that game. Arkansas, Texas Tech. Texas Tech's a 5.5-point favorite. That's the nightcap tonight. John Calipari, I love or hate relationship with John Calipari. You know, it's been a tremendous difficulty for some fans to just get over the fact of what he did for Memphis and for University of Kentucky. and now Arkansas. But I'm gonna go Arkansas. I think Arkansas continues the momentum. I think they go on and go to the Elite Eight. In fact, that would be my upset. I take that back. That would be my upset special. I think all the favorites win: Florida, Duke, Alabama. But I think the one upset will definitely be Arkansas. I would definitely take Arkansas to win that game. Friday's games: Kentucky, Tennessee. Tennessee is a 4.5-point favorite. I'm gonna favor UT to win this game, even though they said like you play somebody 3 times and try to sweep them. It rarely happens. Kentucky's beat them twice, I think. So I would favor Kentucky. UT in this game. Michigan, Auburn. Auburn's a 9.5-point favorite. I'm gonna go Auburn. I think Auburn will win this out. Ole Miss, Mississippi, Michigan State. Michigan State's a 3.5-point favorite. Here's another upset, you guys. I got Ole Miss. I like the way Chris Beard has coached this team enough. I know it's H to the Izzo. I know it's Tom Izzo, but I'm gonna ride with Ole Miss here. I'm gonna ride with Ole Miss to win this game against Mississippi State. And Purdue and Washington. Purdue and Houston. Houston is an 8.5-point favorite. I got Houston. I think Purdue is very game. They got some bigs. They got some inside with Coach Painter there at Purdue. But I'm gonna go Calvin Sampson. I'm gonna go with Houston to win that game. Let me talk about the women right quick if I have enough time here. Women's Sweet 16, they start Friday and Saturday. First game, Duke, North Carolina. NC Duke, what can you say? Duke's a 5.5-point favorite. I'm gonna go with my heart here, and I'm gonna go with Duke to win the game. Maryland, South Carolina on the women's side. So you have the men and women on Duke making it. The men and women of Maryland making it. They play South Carolina, unfortunately. 17.5-point favorite. I don't think they cover, but I think South Carolina wins the game. LSU, North Carolina State. I'm going to ride with LSU quickly. Ole Miss and UCLA. I know it's the home favorite. I know you're supposed to go with Ole Miss. I get all that, but UCLA is just too good. So I'm gonna go with UCLA. Notre Dame and TCU. I gotta go with the home girl. I gotta go with the home favorite. The coach Ivory from Notre Dame. I gotta go with her against TCU. Tennessee, Texas. I'm gonna go with Tennessee over Texas. I'm gonna go Texas over UT. I'm sorry, UT. Oklahoma, UConn. Can't go against Coach Gino, so I'm gonna go UConn. And Kansas State, USC. USC is only a 0.5-point favorite. Of course, you guys, they are out. Juju Watkins is out for the rest of the year with that horrific knee injury. Prayers up to her for speedy recovery. Oh my goodness. I think they're gonna ride this out. I think I'm gonna ride with USC for this game. Now, for the goes to Elite Eight, I'm not really sure, but I'm gonna ride with USC to overcome the emotions that they're dealing with, and I think they're gonna get the job done and beat Kansas State. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section about my Sweet 16 prediction, men's and women. Should be some really, really good games. And I believe Saturday I will have a special little 10-minute session about what happened to Sweet 16 and then preview the Elite Eight games, both men and women as well. Get you guys hyped and ready for a wonderful weekend. As of right now, as the weekend gets over with, there will be only 4 teams for men and the women that will represent the Final Four. For the men, San Antonio. I forgot where the woman is at, but it'll come back to me at some point. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about my Sweet 16 prediction and going to the Elite Eight. And you guys see any upsets in the making like I did? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, you guys, let's get into it. Let's get into the main topic of discussion the last 2 days, and that will be the LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith feud. It continues. It is as the world turns, days of our lives, as the hourglass slips by. This is drama. This is your drama for it looks like for a very, very long time. So to backtrack, you guys, it all started with Stephen A. Talking about Bronny James back in February when they played the 76ers, saying how Bronny should never be in the game. He was making a complete dialogue about LeBron. As a father, LeBron, as a father, you need to stop this. A little bit too dramatic for my liking, and I love Stephen A. Smith, but I've said this before. I miss the old Stephen A. Smith, like the just tell it how it is, authentic Stephen A. Smith. For certain things, he can be authentic. I don't want to take this the wrong way or anything, but Stephen A. Smith he's gone a little too much Hollywood. And I understand with the money and fame and the power that you have at ESPN, you're one of the all-time great sports media talking figures of all time, but he's gotten a little too over the top. And I just think sports media, and I discussed this with Michael Miles in a previous episode, sports media is not what it used to be. It's becoming like love and hip hop Hollywood, Housewives of Atlanta. Shouts out to that show too. Me and my wife watch it, but it's becoming too Hollywood executive producer like. So he's changed. He still has good content every once in a while, but he is overblowing this way out of proportion. Now, LeBron got on Pat McAfee's podcast. Shout out to Pat McAfee. They do a great job there. And just laid everything out. But for him, for Brian Windhorst, for the NBA currently, he said Giannis would score 250 points in the 70s if he was playing in the 70s, which was a little bit of a disrespect. I mean, I understand that the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s, 1010s to now, they're just different eras of basketball. It's not as physical like it was in the 90s. There's a lot of offense that it was back then. There's a lot of good and bad between each decade of it. So I didn't like LeBron taking a slight at that. I mean, he could be right. He's entitled to his opinion. He was also saying that if Kyrie was playing, they would tell him not to dribble. We know Kyrie Irving is a dribbling machine, one of the best crossovers handles in the history of the NBA. He made good points, but it was just unnecessary. Just paved the way. Just respect the 70s and 80s. Didn't have to say that. That was like a barbershop talk that you could just not air publicly for everybody to consume. But it's LeBron James. You figure it out as time goes by. But of course, LeBron was just talking a whole bunch of stuff. So I'll start with the first side of it, just the Stephen A. thing. I really wish these two, as grown professional men who I admire both for role models, I respect both for their work, would just let it go. I think Stephen A. essentially last week was talking about how I was wrong about Bronny because Bronny scored like 17 points against Milwaukee and has been on an explosion in G League. I was kind of wrong about Bronny. Okay. I felt like if LeBron caught wind of what he said about Bronny, maybe I feel like he wouldn't go on Pat McAfee and just went off he did on Stephen A. talking about, he's going to love that he's talking about me. He's in his tidy whities eating ice cream. Funny, but you knew that was going to get a reaction from Stephen A. Stephen A. basically said LeBron's a liar. I'll expose you for who you really, really are. You don't want this. If you would have swung at me, this is the part that gets me. If you would have swung at me, I would immediately swung back. Stephen A., you are a media sports head. You cannot be promoting violence against one of the best athletes of all time. You know better than this, LeBron. I'm sorry, Stephen A. Well, LeBron too, but Stephen A., you know much better than this. Like, why would you do that? I mean, there's so much going on between with LeBron's sons and family and all that. Stephen A., what about your family? Out of respect for a black man, like, what do you think your daughters or people that are around you, what do they think of you right now promoting another black man to be in a fight? We, as a black man in America, like, this is too much. Like, it's too much for my liking to sit here and watch two black men who I admire a lot for both their works that they do fight over petty stuff. When all it needs to be done is an apology and move forward. And the one person I think that could end this for once and for all, this debacle that's what's going on between them two, is Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe respects LeBron, respects Stephen A. Both of them. He's a third party that has no alliance to either one of them because he loves both of them. They need to figure this out and squash it up. Now, this could be a whole plot, a whole plan about if LeBron were to win a championship, he will go on Say platforms, podcasts, Stephen A's, Gilbert Arenas, any other podcast you could think of, all the great podcasts you think of. He won a Pat McAfee, maybe even Skip Bayless. I mean, Skip Bayless has had a lot of hurtful stuff to you, LeBron. And I'm just going to say it. I'm going to keep it real. You need to check him. Now, at some point, are you going to dig around and get to Skip Bayless and have what's been in the making for decades, you and Skip Bayless? You need to get on him. Approach him. Like, for you to get on Stephen A, who, and if you guys can look at the arcades of this as well. Loved LeBron James when he first got back on television. Loved him, like praised him. It was Skip and Stephen A talking about LeBron, and LeBron was always on Stephen A's side. So it's completely changed their relationship. I get all that. I think it's time for them to mend their relationship and all and be okay. I think time will go forward. Now, as far as MJ's and Kobe's relationship, basically LeBron said MJ don't really have a relationship because of, I'm still playing. I wear number 23, Nike stuff, blah, blah, blah. I think at some point, LeBron, I think their relationship might be dead. At some point when you retire 4 or 5 years from now, there will be a great television production line, LeBron versus MJ. You can just already see it in the making, how these two, they're going to have a whole documentary about who's great or not. We get all that. So I think at some point, and we know how Michael Jordan, how his personal life is. It's been televised a lot. Like, Michael Jordan is not really about happy-go-getty. He doesn't have a lot of people in his life that he could trust. And he was not like that to his teammates. His family, yeah. I just think that's a lost battle. If he tried to be friends with Michael Jordan, I don't know. But he did mention about Kobe, like they got close after the Olympics, and that's really dope. It was a really dope conversation. You could see LeBron just let everything go about the Cleveland, about the decision, how everybody turned on him after that. It was just basically LeBron, behind the scenes LeBron. And I love that interview with Pat McAfee. I think he should do plenty more. I think he will do plenty more of that. But the whole Stephen A thing, the whole side of it, I'm done. I'm over and done with it. It's tired. It's tiring me out. And I love them both, like I said, but man, it is tiring me out. Got on there this morning talking about you weren't even at Kobe Bryant's funeral, when it was in reality he just didn't want the camera to be shown on him. There's even clips of Diana Taurasi pointing to LeBron, saying jokes about him. So I don't know what Stephen A is trying to get here. Talk about Dwayne Wade, how he wasn't there for him in the NBA. We don't know what's going on. Like, NBA players, athletes and me, and anyone, they're just sensitive. They are completely sensitive. And so Stephen A and Kendrick Perkins got on there talking about, sensitive, these players are so sensitive like they were back. Everybody is sensitive, Big Perk, and Stephen A. Everybody's sensitive. They're sensitive. I'm sensitive. You guys around here are sensitive. Everybody's sensitive. So I just can't stand the fact that they're putting two black men who I admire, like I said, and bringing other people in that I admire as well, and making this a LeBron stick. Oh, you got to choose a side, LeBron or Stephen A. I don't have to choose neither one of their sides because I respect both of them. But they need to stop this, you guys. It just needs to stop for the sake of people that admire you both. Please stop this, you guys. Please. Whew, now that I got that out the way. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. The Stephen A. LeBron debacle. Also, the Pat McAfee conversation. He had a lot of great intel, you guys. Very, very great. I suggest you watched it on Pat McAfee's YouTube channel. Great, great, great watch. But you guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section about all this LeBron conversation, Stephen A. This needs to end. Do you think it needs to end or let it continue on? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. All right, you guys, let me talk about opening day in Major League Baseball. It's here. I used to be excited for Major League Baseball. Used to be one of my first true loves was MLB baseball. But it's just changed. Like, the media prospect of it, the coverage of baseball has really changed. It's just it is what it is. It's a long season. I'm gonna be completely honest. On my beloved here podcast, Throw It Down, Big Fella, rarely will I talk about baseball unless something happens, but nonetheless, it's a major day today. Don't want to poo-poo on baseball for too long, but the Brewers and Yankees opening on ESPN. The Yankees, of course, after that devastating loss to the world champion LA Dodgers, and the news about Cole and also Juan Soto not being on the team. Speaking of which, the Mets play Houston. They start off Juan Soto's major league debut. He goes traveling to Houston, And the defending world champion, LA Dodgers played Detroit Tigers. I'm sorry. That will be on ESPN. Just excited. I mean, it's exciting for those baseball heads, the people that really love baseball. This is their moment. This is their day. Braves and Padres start off tomorrow. Shout out to the Braves. You guys, if you're into baseball, by the way, ESPN's coverage of baseball, it ends after this year. So that's something to keep on high alert about. It's like, wow. I mean, the coverage of ESPN baseball, John Miller, Harold Reynolds, like all of them back in the Carl Ravage, like Tim Kirchin, Kurt Schilling. All that great coverage they used to have is not going to be there anymore. I mean, I think it's going to be Fox, FS1, but, not to discredit them. I think Derek Jeter, A-Rod, they do a good job on baseball coverage there. But it is what it is, you guys. Open today. Let me know what you guys think. Are you excited? Are you just like me? You're like, baseball, yeah. Or you're like, yeah, baseball, let's go. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section about opening day, baseball. You excited or we'll see. NFL quick notes right quick. Russell Wilson, you guys, signed with the New York Giants. 1 year deal, $20 million. So in the NFC East, there are 4 black quarterbacks in the division. I can't remember the last time that's ever happened, but shout out to Russell Wilson getting his money. The Pittsburgh Steelers currently do not have a quarterback unless they start Mason Rudolph or Skylar Thompson. Aaron Rodgers has still not made his decision yet. By all speculations, I think he's just throwing a curveball. He's going to the Minnesota Vikings, which would be way, way crazier if that ever happened. That is crazy. Stephon Diggs signed a 3-year, $69 million contract with the New England Patriots. I don't know. I mean, he just came out. He's coming off a torn ACL. Is he fully going to be ready to go? New England, by any means, you need a receiver. You need a playmaker for Drake May. It can't just be Ramondre Stevenson for New England. You got to give him a playmaker. So I don't mind the swing at the bat here. 3 years, $69 million. See what happens. I mean, New England could be on the rise now. New coach. They got the number 4 pick in the NFL draft. Interesting to see what they do, what their idea is moving forward. But it should be very, 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 very interesting. So those are a little bit of NFL news and notes. If I missed anything, I'm trying to think. Did I miss anything of important? The Titans signed Tim Boyle. I told my boy, one of my friends, Stanley group chat, I'm like, I got Tim Boyle. Like, whatever. So if anything else happens with this Aaron Rodgers thing, situation and all that, of course, we will let you guys know any development, any other news and notes going on in the NFL. Your boy here, Greg Rufus, we will take care of it. I'll give you updated as well. And also, the decision, I don't know if he came up with a decision or not about PJ Haggerty with Penny Harbor, the Memphis Tigers. If that were to happen, if I missed that, I will let you guys know on Saturday if I do a special Saturday. It probably will be a special Saturday episode that I will bring up the PJ Haggerty situation. Did he come up with a decision? Is he going to stay at the University of Memphis? We will see. But I would love for him. I would love for him to stay at the University of Memphis if he hasn't made a decision yet already. To be determined, you guys. If I missed anything else, John Cena hit another great promotion for Raw. He did back-to-back weeks. This was in the one was in Belgium. I think this was like Barcelona, somewhere. They're still out of the country, but it was still a great promotion he did on Raw. I'm excited to see the WrestleMania thing. We're gonna have a great time previewing WrestleMania that on April 19th and 20th. So stay tuned for that, you guys. Also, there might be a special Golf Masters preview episode that I have. For those golf lovers and golf advocates, you will want to stay tuned. Well, stay tuned for that. I have a special guest to break down the master favorites, who you like, who you not like, opening round, all the way down to the final round, the par 3 contests, etc., etc. So you guys, please stay tuned for that wonderful episode coming, you guys. If not, that will conclude another wonderful episode of the Throw It Down Big Fella podcast. Thank you so much for joining me on this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful episode. Please, please, please subscribe to my podcast, GR Production, at Throw It Down Big Fella. Also, stay tuned and stay in line with my boy Michael Miles' podcast, Let Me Clear My Throat. And also be on the lookout, like I said, for a brand new podcast that I have, Greg's Entertainment Corner, coming to a hearing or YouTube station nearby this YouTube channel. But thank you guys so much. That will conclude another wonderful episode for your boy Greg Rufus. I will see you next time. Until then, peace out.
Throw it down, big man.